Good evening. You still have a chance to adopt a Ridglan Farms beagle in the coming weeks, as the research facility is set to release an additional 135 dogs starting tomorrow. WMTV's Cameron Kelly has been following this story closely for us. Cameron, this move comes more than a month after the research facility reached a separate agreement releasing roughly 1,500 beagles.
That's right, Lee. Big Dog Ranch Rescue and the Dane County Humane Society and its partners are stepping up again to take in dogs and get them ready to be adopted by people around the country. Big Dog Ranch Rescue says 67 of the dogs will be transferred to their Florida campus tomorrow to be spayed and neutered. The Dane County Humane Society and its partners will coordinate care and placement for the 68 others. A group of panelists advocating for the beagles held a virtual press conference this afternoon. Let's hear from the founder of Beagle Freedom Project on what life is like outside of Ridglan for the dogs.
And we've seen with these beagles such stark differences, right? Like some of them are doing really, really well, right? And coming out of their shells quickly. Some of them are still completely shut down. They're individuals just like you and I.
A New York lawmaker was also on that call and says he's working with Congressman Mark Pocan to end all federal funding on the experimentation of cats and dogs. Live in studio, Cameron Kelly, WMTV 15 News.
Cameron, thank you for the update. Now, the 4 people charged with breaking into Ridglan Farms and stealing beagles were back in court today. Wayne Shung, along with the 3 others, had their no contact order with each other lifted. But they are still not allowed to be in the town of Blue Mounds or have any contact with Ridglan Farms. The trial for all 4 of them is scheduled to begin September 28th. It's expected to last 2 weeks.